Welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has emerged as one of the biggest and the most globally recognized Indian leaders across the world, receiving 28 top-tier state awards from nations spanning from Africa, the Americas, Europe, the Middle East and beyond. For Prime Minister Modi, it has been 11 years on the world stage and a journey that has seen him decorated with global honors and accolades. From the United States of America to the United Nations, from France to far beyond, world leaders have marked their recognition of Modi's leadership. The Prime Minister has now become the most internationally decorated Indian Prime Minister in history. The awards acknowledge his leadership and efforts to strengthen bilateral and multilateral ties across the world. The former Prime Ministers of the country like Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi and Dr. Manmohan Singh were each recipients of 2 international distinctions during their time in office. Among the notable recognitions are the Order of King Abdulaziz from Saudi Arabia and the Order of Amanullah Khan from Afghanistan, which were both conferred to Prime Minister Modi in 2016. In 2018, he received the Order of the State of Palestine, followed by the Order of the Distinguished Rule of Izzuddin from the Maldives in 2019 and the King Hamad Order of the Renaissance from Bahrain later that year. On his 75th birthday, let's take a trip back in time and discover the awards and accolades and the appreciation that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has received over the last 12 years. In fact, even before he became the Prime Minister of the country, as the Chief Minister, he has been awarded, celebrated, recognized for the work that he has been doing, first for his state and now for his country. Let's take a look at one of the most important awards that was received by the Prime Minister. This was in 2023. This is the Legion of Honor that was presented to him by the current President of France, Emmanuel Macron. This is France's highest order. It was awarded for exceptional military or civilian service to the country. The second most prestigious award that was received, in fact, before we take a look at the other accolades that have been received by the Prime Minister, here's a list of the biggest celebrities and leaders in public life all across the globe who have received the Legion of Honor in France. Tom Hanks, actor and filmmaker; Satyajit Ray, a celebrated filmmaker and screenwriter from India; Angela Merkel, the former Chancellor of Germany; Roshni Nadar Malhotra, she is a very famous Indian businesswoman and philanthropist; and of course Arnold Schwarzenegger, actor and former governor of California. The second award that has been received was conferred upon him by the United States of America, none other than President Donald Trump in his first term. This is the Legion of Merit. This is awarded to an individual, to a leader, for it's a US military decoration for exceptionally meritorious conduct. Let's take a look at some of the personalities who have received this award, the Legion of Merit, in the past. Scott Morrison, the former Prime Minister of Australia; Lieutenant General Ben Gantz, who is a politician and retired Army General; General Balbir Singh Suhag, former Army Chief of Staff; Major General Betty L. Mullis, who is a retired USAF command pilot; and Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister of Japan. Moving on, there has been another award that has been bestowed upon him, the Order of St. Andrew, by the Russian President. In fact, this was awarded to him on the 9th of July in 2024. This is Russia's highest civilian and military honor to recognize outstanding contributions to the state. Some of the important leaders who have received this award in the past is Xi Jinping, who's the Chinese president; Sergei Lavrov, who's the current Russian foreign minister; Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the former president of Soviet Union; Irina Arkhipova, who was the Russian opera singer; Dmitry Likhachov, the Russian linguist. Let's take a look at yet another award that was received by the Prime Minister, by the head of state of Greece, Order of Honor on 25th of August 2023 is when it was bestowed upon him. Greece's second highest civilian award. It is given for contributions to the nation in arts, sciences or diplomacy. Some of the important leaders and public figures who have received this award in the past: Charles Upam, who's a New Zealand soldier who received this award; Robert Menendez, former US Senator; Panagiotis Leskaridis, who's the president of the European This is the former president of the European Council; King Frederick X, who is the King of Denmark; Anibal Cavaco Silva, former president of Portugal. Take a look at the order of King Abdulaziz in Saudi Arabia. 3rd of April 2016 is when it was conferred upon the Prime Minister. Saudi Arabia's top civilian honor awarded for meritorious service to the kingdom. Moving on to the important personalities who have received this award in the past. Bandar bin Sultan Al Saud, the member of the Saudi ruling family. He is a former diplomat, ambassador to United States of America, as well as a military officer. Shinzo Abe, the former Prime Minister of Japan. Mikhail Gorbachev, the former president of Soviet Union. David Cameron, who is the former Prime Minister of United Kingdom. And Donald Trump himself also received that award, who is the US President of United States of America. Order of Zayed in the UAE, 24th August 2019 is the date when it was conferred upon Prime Minister Modi. It is UAE's highest civilian decoration that honors contributions to the nation, named after Sheikh Zayed. The Order of Zayed has been conferred upon Donald Trump, Sergio Mattarella, who is the president of Italy; Joko Widodo, who is the former president of Indonesia; and Abdullah II, King of Jordan; Prabowo Subianto, who is the current president of Indonesia. The Grand Collar of the State of Palestine. This was awarded to the Prime Minister on 10th of February in 2018. Palestine's highest civilian award, recognizing support for statehood and rights. Here's a look at the leaders who received this award in the past. Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the King of Bahrain; Joko Widodo, the former president of Indonesia; Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the King of Saudi Arabia; and Xi Jinping, the Chinese president. Taking a look at the Seoul Peace Prize. It was awarded to the Prime Minister in 2019. The South Korean awards honoring global contributions to peace and development. Here's a look at some of the other public personalities who have received this award in the past. Tim Berners-Lee, computer scientist belonging to the country of United Kingdom. Thomas Bach, 9th president of the International Olympic Committee. Dennis Mukwege, gynecologist, activist and a Nobel Prize winner. Sadako Ogata, Japanese author, professor and diplomat. And Angela Merkel, who is the former Chancellor of Germany. Here's a look at another award that has been awarded to the Prime Minister. Champions of the Earth Award by the United Nations, awarded to the Prime Minister in 2018. It is United Nations top environmental honor recognizing leadership in sustainability. The other important personalities across the globe who have been conferred with this award is Mia Mottley, who is the Prime Minister of Barbados; Madhav Gadgil, who is an Indian ecologist; Joy Belmont, who is the Quezon City Mayor in Philippines; Frank Bainimarama, who is a former Fiji Prime Minister; Purnima Devi Burman, who is a wildlife biologist from Assam in India. Taking a look at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Global Peace Award. It was conferred on the Prime Minister in 2024. The award honors global efforts in peace, civil rights and non-violence inspired by Martin Luther King's legacy. So now that we have given you a glimpse of some of those awards and honors that have been bestowed upon the Prime Minister, and mind you, these are just 10 of the 27, in fact more than 27, because the 27 countries across the globe have conferred these awards on the Prime Minister since he became the head of the state 12 years ago. But there have been a number of international organizations like the United Nations that have also bestowed upon the Prime Minister the highest honors in their respective categories.